Australia experienced a significant increase in immigration in 2023 to 24. This trend reflects a post-pandemic rebound, with net overseas migration hitting record highs, driven primarily by temporary visa holders and student arrivals. In 2023, net overseas migration reached approximately 447,790, making it the largest on record, largely surpassing previous years due to the influx of temporary residents, including students and skilled workers. Australia's 2023-24 migration program was capped at 190,000 permanent places, divided into 137,100 skill-based, 52,720 family-based, and 180 for special eligibility. The skill stream received the most focus, including employer-sponsored, state-nominated, and regional skilled visas, as the government prioritized healthcare, teaching, and regional roles to address skill shortages. Despite these efforts, high immigration levels are putting pressure on housing and infrastructure, sparking public debate about the sustainability of current immigration levels. Pharmacists seeking to immigrate to Australia in 2023-2024 have various pathways to meet both registration and visa requirements due to a high demand for pharmacists across the country. The Australian Pharmacy Council reported significant interest, with over 2,600 eligibility check applications in the last financial year. The majority of these applicants were from countries such as India, Egypt, Pakistan, and the Philippines. Upon successful completion of eligibility checks and relevant exams, pharmacists can proceed with registration, which is essential for working in Australia. Visa options include the Skilled Employer-Sponsored Regional, Provisional Visa, which allows pharmacists to work in regional areas for 3 years, after which they may apply for permanent residency through the Skilled Regional Visa. Alternatively, pharmacists can apply under the Skilled Independent Visa or Skilled Nominated Visa, which provide more flexibility in work location for eligible candidates. Visa requirements vary slightly by state, with many prioritizing regional placements due to local workforce shortages in rural areas. Australia's recent workforce data shows that pharmacist immigration has been vital to addressing shortages, especially in hospitals and rural pharmacies. The APC's initiatives, such as free eligibility checks and streamlined registration processes, have facilitated the entry of international pharmacists to the country, which should continue through 2024 as demand persists. For detailed requirements on registration and immigration for pharmacists in Australia, you may visit resources like the APC and Home Affairs websites for the most current guidelines. In 2023-2024, Australia has seen a significant demand for pharmacists through various skilled migration pathways, particularly under the Priority Migration Skilled Occupation List, PMSOL. Pharmacists, including roles like hospital, retail, and industrial pharmacists, were added to this list to support healthcare services, especially in the aftermath of the COVID-19 pandemic. This prioritization aims to accelerate visa processing times for pharmacists, reflecting Australia's need for healthcare professionals. Pharmacists seeking to migrate can apply for several visas, including the Skilled Nominated Visa, Subclass 190, and the Skilled Work Regional Visa, Subclass 491. These pathways have been actively used to meet workforce demands, particularly in states with high healthcare needs, such as New South Wales and Victoria. Specific numbers of pharmacists granted visas are not publicly detailed, but health professions have seen increased approval rates due to these prioritization. Several Australian states continue to have strong demand for pharmacists, particularly in regional and remote areas where healthcare services are limited. South Australia, for instance, is expanding pharmacists' roles to include treatment for a range of minor ailments, such as skin conditions and ear infections. This initiative highlights the need for more pharmacists in the state, especially in rural and underserved regions, to help bridge healthcare gaps. Regional areas across Australia, including parts of Queensland, New South Wales, and the Northern Territory, are also facing a shortage of healthcare professionals, including pharmacists. These regions often offer incentives to attract pharmacists, such as relocation assistance and opportunities for professional growth. Working in these areas can provide pharmacists with a unique community-centered role, which includes building close patient relationships and having a significant impact on local healthcare. In summary, states like South Australia and regional parts of other states are actively seeking more pharmacists, with opportunities for those interested in making a meaningful difference in healthcare access in these communities. The Australian government has recognized the need for pharmacists as part of its efforts to address healthcare workforce shortages and is likely to keep supporting skilled migration pathways for this profession. The Department of Home Affairs has been prioritizing visa processing for health-related occupations, including pharmacy, as demand from overseas trained pharmacists has increased. In response, the Australian Pharmacy Council has scaled up capacity to manage a surge in applications reflecting the country's healthcare staffing needs. There has been over a 100% increase in pharmacy applications compared to previous years, signaling a strong demand among overseas pharmacists to migrate to Australia. The federal government's upcoming migration program for 2024-25 is expected to continue supporting skilled migrants in high-need sectors, with healthcare occupations, such as pharmacists, remaining key targets for skilled migration. Australia's multi-year migration planning approach, which begins in 2025-26, will further focus on consistency in supporting long-term workforce needs across healthcare and other critical sectors,